Uncle Thomas, make Cecil go on home.
Don't worry. It's a pleasure.
Now, here. I want to get at the bottom of this. Sit down, both of you.
There's nothing to get at the bottom of. You saw it all yourself. You came out on the porch just in time to see Cecil strike me.
Oh, you big baby, I was just playing.
So you think that's play, trying to spank me, huh?
Well, what started all this?
Cecil did. He started it.
Oh, I did not. You know you did.
Now, suppose I do the questioning.
Yes, sir.
Now, Sally, all I know is that when I came out on the porch and found you across Cecil's knee...
He was holding me. You don't think I wanted to be there?
Now, just a moment. Let me finish, please. I found you across his knee, and he seemed to be giving you what is known as a spanking.
Right on the front porch where everybody could see. The girl next door and everybody. Oh.
And you were making enough noise to wake the whole neighborhood.
Well, he was going to beat me to death. You saw him. You know you did.
Oh, I was not. You said that I wasn't big enough. You said that your uncle couldn't, that no one could.
Why, Uncle Thomas, I did not. He's just telling you stories.
Now, must I ask you again to let me do the talking?
I wasn't saying a word, Uncle Thomas. It was Cecil.
I'm very much ashamed. Seemed a very ungentlemanly thing to do, Cecil, to spank a girl.
Oh, I didn't hurt her, Mr. Smith.
How do you know? You did, too. You hit me hard.
Well, it wasn't the thing that I would have credited to you. It's the height of impropriety to ever lay hands upon a young lady.
There, see? It's the height well, you shouldn't do it now.
Dry up.
Sally, please keep still a moment.
Why don't you make Cecil keep still, too?
Because I don't butt in, little baby.
Did you hear him, Uncle Thomas? Did you? Are you going to stand there and let him insult your own niece in your own house? Are you?
Now, will you both keep still until I can find out what this is all about? Now, Sally, what started this?
Cecil did. He tried to take
Now,
me...
Cecil, what started this?
Well, we were sitting out on the front porch, just doing nothing.
That's not true. Don't you believe a word of it, Uncle Thomas.
Sally, would you like to go up to your room?
No.
Well, then wait until Cecil answers my question. Now, what were you saying, Cecil?
Well, we were sitting out there on the front porch, just talking, and Sally was pouting and was acting like a baby.
Uncle Thomas, do I have to stay here and listen to him insult me?
No, you may go upstairs if you wish.
No. I'll stay here, thank you.
Now, go on, Cecil. You say Sally was acting childish. Now, in what way?
Oh, the way she always does. And so I told her, I said that I knew what she needed, that she needed a spanking. And so she said that she was too big to get one. And I said, well, I'll bet you I could give you one.
Yes, oh, yes. Uh-huh. Why don't you tell him what you said about Uncle Thomas?
Now, Sally, you'll have your chance in a minute. Go on, Cecil. So you told her a little punishment would do her some good.
Yes, sir. And she said that you weren't able to do it, and she was sure that I couldn't either.
Oh, she did.
Oh, Cecil Shortridge, I know where you're going when you die.
And then I said, well, I bet I can. And she said, well, I bet you can't. And I said, well, would you like to see me try it? And she said, you couldn't do it anyhow.
Uncle Thomas, are you going to listen to this?
If you'll give me a chance and keep still. Now, what else, Cecil?
Well, that's about all. I got up and sort of put her over my knee, and she yelled bloody murder, and I whacked her a couple of times.
A couple of times? You hit me 1,000,000 times, you brute.
A very nice state of affairs, I must say. When a young girl and a young man can't be together without fighting.
Oh, I didn't do anything, Mr. Smith. I just wanted to show Sally that I could, that I was strong enough to hold her.
And at this point, I heard the noise and came out and found you putting on an exhibition for the benefit of the neighbors.
Well, we were, I guess you might call it that.
Uncle Thomas, don't you think it's only fair that you should hold him for me so I can show him how it feels?
Now, this has gone far enough. Cecil, you say Sally was acting childish. Now, will you explain that?
Yes, make it good, Cecil.
I'll tell the truth. Well, it all started when the girl next door came out of her house for a walk. Sally said she was wearing her mother's coat, and so Sybil's her name, and when she passed in front of the house, I whistled at her, and she came in, and I asked her if the coat was really hers. That's all there is to it.
All right. Is that all?
Yes, sir, that's all.
Now, Sally, what have you to say?
Please, now, in the first place...
Well, there's nothing more to say. I've told the whole story.
Uncle Thomas, are you going to stand there and let Cecil rudely interrupt me?
Well, now, Cecil, I'm going to have to ask you to let Sally tell her version now.
It ought to be good.
Oh, is that so? Well, you see, it was like this, Uncle Thomas.
Yeah, you were waiting for a streetcar.
You both act very much like children to me. Seems that a good licking wouldn't harm either of you. This is trying my patience.
There, Sally, there. I told you you weren't too big to get a spanking.
Now, Cecil, let Sally finish.
She's finished already as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you don't happen to be the one that's concerned, young man.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Smith. I didn't mean to be impolite.
Now, Sally, you may go on.
I guess that'll teach you a lesson, Mr. Cecil. Well, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I was out on the porch just talking and minding my own business, and the girl next door, Sybil, came out of the house and I didn't even notice her.
But you know her.
Oh, yes, I know who she is. And, well, it seems that she walked around the block and came past the front of the house.
Is that when Cecil whistled at her?
Well, before that, Cecil was watching her, and he said, I'll bet that coat doesn't belong to her. And I said just like this, oh, Cecil, why should you say that? Of course it belongs to her.
Yeah, like that, my eye.
And so when she walked by, Cecil called her and invited her over.
But it seems that as hostess, that was your duty.
Yes, but Cecil thought it was his.
Well, what happened?
Well, right away, Cecil started to insult her. He said, oh, why don't you wear your own coat instead of your mother's? I bet she doesn't know that you have it on. Uncle Thomas, can you imagine how I felt? I was so embarrassed I could have died. Sybil is so sweet, too, and she was so hurt that she ran home.
I'm sorry. That was too bad.
Well, I didn't know what to do, so after she went, I said, Cecil, you shouldn't have said that. And he said, how would you like a good licking?
Oh, what a story. Mr. Smith, that's not true. She's changing it all around.
Go on, Sally.
So I said, don't you dare touch me, Cecil. And he said, oh, rats. He says that all the time. And then before I knew what he was going to do, he grabbed me and started whipping me, and then you came.
Is that all?
No. You ought to do something terrible to Cecil.
Well, it's very plain. Neither one of your stories fit together. Now, this is all very foolish and childish. What I should do is give you both a good licking.
If you do, can I help you hit Cecil?
Now I want you both to forget this nonsense and make up.
I never want to speak to him again.
I don't care if you want to act like a baby.
Now, Sally, would you like to go to your room?
No, sir.
And Cecil, unless you do what I say, you must stop coming over here.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want you both to go out on the porch together and sit down and talk and act like this hadn't happened.
Uncle Thomas, I don't want to go out on the porch with Cecil.
Well, it's no thrill for me.
Now, both of you do as I say. This has gone far enough. Now, just let me catch either one of you fighting or spatting, and I'll attend to you.
Yes, sir.
Now, Cecil, you might apologize to Sally. After all, you shouldn't raise your hand to a girl.
Yes, sir. Well, I apologize, Sally.
Well, what are you going to say?
It's about time.
No, that's wrong. Now, say it's perfectly all right.
Oh, do I have to?
Yes.
Oh, it's all right, I guess, but you better not try it again. I'll kick you the next time.
Now, both of you run along and make up. And see if you can be together 2 minutes without alarming the whole neighborhood. And I'll finish my book where I left off.
Well, Cecil, I hope you're satisfied.
About what?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
I'm not.
Well, you should be.
I've been a perfect gentleman.
I guess you think trying to. I guess you think that's something to be proud of.
I don't know why not.
Well, Uncle Thomas is certainly disgusted with you.
Yes, and remember what he told us to do. Come out here on the front porch and try to get along and not fight.
Well, I'm not fighting. I'm just showing you how disgusting you act all the time.
That's my pleasure.
Goodness knows what Uncle Thomas thinks of you.
You let your uncle think for himself, John Alden.
Who's John Alden?
It's a Spanish cuss word.
Of course, Cecil. If you want to stay over here, there's no one keeping you from going home.
Your uncle said if we didn't stay out here and get along, for me not to come over here again.
Well, of course, I wouldn't make you go home. After all, I have no right to tell you what to do.
You darn well know you haven't.
Why didn't you tell Uncle Thomas the truth?
About what?
About what happened when he came out here and caught you striking me.
You would have thought I was killing you. Just a little spanking. You ought to go out for a hog-calling contest with lungs like yours.
You don't have to call me names, Cecil.
I didn't call you anything.
Well, you needn't compare me with pigs or hogs.
Huh. I'll bet your uncle was glad I spanked you.
You didn't. You just tried.
Well, I got in a few good licks.
And I guess you're so proud of yourself.
Sure, why not?
Oh, you make me tired.
Why didn't you tell your uncle the truth yourself? You twisted everything around.
Cecil, Don't you stand here on my own front porch and call me a fibber.
I'm not standing, I'm sitting.
You just stop calling me names.
Oh, pull in your windshields. You're looking for trouble.
You know what a person is that doesn't tell the truth?
Sure, a bond salesman.
Oh, that isn't all. It's something else. A bad word.
Suppose you stop calling me names, too.
You didn't tell the truth.
If I were you, I'd be ashamed to say that. You know what they say about the pot or the kettle?
Sir, if you watch it, it won't boil.
No, it's something about the pot shouldn't call the kettle black.
No one was calling anyone black.
All right. I'm a stranger.
I'm so ashamed of you, Cecil. I always thought you would tell the truth.
I do.
Yes, but you didn't tell all of it.
Well, I don't care.
You know where you're going when you die?
Sure. To the graveyard.
Oh, no, you're not, Cecil.
Oh, yes, I am, Sally.
Just your body will go there, but you won't.
We stick together, thank you.
A person who doesn't always tell the truth goes someplace else when they die.
Well, no one around here intends to die this season.
Well, if I were you and acted like you do, and if I did the things that you do, and if I said the things that you do, and if I were afraid where I'd go when I died, if I was...
If. Why don't you talk sense?
You wouldn't understand. That's why, Mr. Smarty.
Well, what did I tell your uncle that wasn't the honest truth?
You said that...
Yeah,
well,
that what?
Now, don't try to fluster me. You said so many wrong things that I'm trying to think of the worst first.
Huh, I'll give you all day to think. You'll need it.
Well, you told Uncle Thomas Well, you told him plenty.
Yeah, plenty of the good old truth. That's what hurts.
That's it? That's it. You told him that you didn't hurt me.
I didn't. There was no reason for you to put up such a squawk.
Well, that wasn't the truth. You did hurt me. I bruise easy, and I still sting.
Well, I hurt my hand, too, so we're even.
We're not even, but don't worry. I'm going to get even. You had no right to try to spank me.
I wish you'd stop saying that I tried to. I did.
You did not, Mr. Cecil, and don't ever think you did. You just started to, that's all.
Well, if I didn't, why raise all this kick? And how could I have hurt you?
Well, oh, you make me tired.
Gotcha that time.
And you wouldn't know the truth if you saw it.
I'm not looking for it.
And you have no conscience.
What's that?
It's part of your soul, that's what it is, and it ought to bother you.
What's the matter with my soul?
You should ask me. It's got little black spots all over it, that's what.
You're thinking of chicken pox.
I know what I'm talking about.
I'm glad one of us do.
Not only that, you've forgotten what Uncle Thomas told you to do.
What did he told me to do?
He told you to come out here on the porch with me and make up.
All right. I'm out here on the porch with you.
Yes, but you're not trying to get along with me. You're fussing.
I am not. I'll agree with anything you say.
Very well. Are you really sorry for not telling the truth?
All right. I didn't tell the truth, and I'm sorry.
And you're never going to do it again?
Never.
And you're a brute?
I'm worse than that.
Oh, that's no satisfaction. You don't really mean that.
All right. I don't really mean it.
See? What did I tell you?
I'm just trying to agree with you, that's all.
You're not. You're making fun of me. You better not let Uncle Thomas come out here and catch you.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to be really sorry.
Listen, Miss Brainstorm, I'm willing to make up.
Well, all right then.
And shake hands on it.
I don't want to shake hands with you. You're liable to pinch me.
I could pinch you without shaking hands with you.
Well, say that you're sorry first.
I'll say I'm sorry if you'll say you're sorry.
All right. Well, you say it first.
No, you say it first.
No, you say it first.
No, you have to.
Cecil, you say it first. You're a gentleman.
I am not a gentleman. It's your idea.
Well, you should be.
You say you're sorry first, and I will. And we'll shake hands.
I'll freeze first.
Well, start freezing.
I don't care what you do. I'm not speaking to you.
Huh. Hey, Sally.
What?
I'm sorry for the paddling.
You are not. You're just saying that to be funny.
I mean it, honest. I don't want to fight with you.
I'm sorry, too, Cecil.
All right. Shake hands on it. There.
There.
Oh, golly. What a relief.
I knew you would do this, Cecil.
You knew more than I did.
Cecil, you're a perfect gentleman. I mean it.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are, Cecil.
No, I'm not. I'm a heel.
You are not a heel.
I am, too. I'm the lowest kind of a heel.
Cecil, you're a gentleman.
Sally, I guess I ought to know.
Well, I guess I ought to know, too.
You ought to know a lot of things that you don't know.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, and you know it.
Cecil, when I say that you're a gentleman, please be a gentleman and don't contradict me.
Well, I'm not a gentleman, or I wouldn't have tried to wallop you.
But you were a gentleman to say that you were sorry.
I was not.
You were, too?
I was not.
You were.
I weren't. I mean, I wasn't.
For the last time, you're a gentleman.
All right, all right. I'm a gentleman.
There, see, I told you so.
All right. You told me so.
Here, shake hands on it.
All right. Here.
And you had a perfect right to spank me.
Oh, don't be silly. I didn't.
Oh, yes, you did. I deserved that.
No, you didn't.
Not only that, but you should do it again when I act that way.
No, I shouldn't.
You had a perfect right to. I don't care what Uncle Thomas says.
Well, I won't ever try it again.
Well, you can if you want to, Cecil, and I won't holler.
You won't holler?
No, I deserve it.
Fine, all right. Let's try it again. Right now. Come here. I'll show you what a real wallop is this
Cecil,
time.
No.
Come on.
I didn't mean right now. I mean some other time. No, Cecil,
Well,
no.
all right.
Now, remember, Uncle Thomas, don't now, Cecil, don't.
Oh, Sally.
Why, Cecil, what's the matter?
Oh, I fell down the front steps coming over here.
Oh, Cecil, what happened?
I tripped on the top step and picked myself up on the bottom.
Did you fall?
Did I fall? Of course I fell.
Well, I mean, did you hurt yourself?
Oh, my gosh. I break my neck, and you ask me, did I hurt myself?
Well, I just wanted to know. I'm sorry. What'd you want to fall for?
I didn't want to. I couldn't help it. I just tripped and plop I went.
Did you break anything, Cecil?
Yeah, the banisters.
Does it hurt?
Does what hurt?
Well, whatever you hurt.
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry.
so am I. Gosh, I thought I was gone.
You must have been gone from where you were standing at the top.
I know it. And I didn't stop off between the top and the bottom either.
Oh, poor Cecil. I'm so sorry. How did it happen?
Well, in a way, it's your fault.
My fault? Why, what could I have to do with it?
Well, I was in a hurry to come over here, and I started down the front steps as I pulled my sweater over my head.
Well, you can't blame me for that. I'm glad you were in a hurry, but I'm sorry you tripped.
If I wasn't in a hurry when I started, I was before I finished.
Cecil, you should never try to run down the front steps pulling a sweater over your head.
You don't need to tell me that now.
Well, what happened?
What happened? Nothing happened. I just took a tumble.
Oh, you sort of tumbled for me.
Oh, my leg.
Oh, did you fall on your leg, Cecil?
No.
Here, sit down, Cecil.
No, I'd rather stand up.
Well, tell me what happened, Cecil.
Well, I just stepped on the top step, and it wasn't there. That's all.
Well, where was it?
I think it was on the bottom. At least that's where I found it.
I can't understand how you could fall down the steps.
You don't have to understand it. All you have to do is trip at the top.
Well, couldn't you stay on your feet, Cecil?
I stayed on my feet, but the house turned over.
Well, why didn't you grab onto the banisters?
I did. That's what broke 'em.
Goodness, I never fall down.
Well, you probably put on all your clothes before you start to run out of the house, too.
Yes, I do. It's a habit.
Well, it's a good habit. I'm going to do it after this. That's what I get for being in a hurry to see you.
What did you get, Cecil?
Plenty. Feel this bump on my head.
Let's see. Oh, goodness.
Ouch! Don't press on it.
Did you get that when you hit the bottom?
No. On the way down.
Oh, Cecil, you hit your eye, didn't you?
I didn't, but something did.
It's black, Cecil.
Well, you said once that you liked black eyes. What are you kicking about?
Cecil, did you put something on your bruises?
No, there was nobody home. So after I tumbled, I pulled myself together and came on over here.
You pulled yourself together? Goodness, did you come to pieces?
I don't know. I didn't stop to count the parts yet.
Well, you look all together. Come on, we'll put something on you.
What? I'm all right.
Oh, we ought to put something on that bump on your head.
There's something on it.
What?
Hair. It's all right.
Here, let me see. Oh, Cecil, what an ugly cut.
Is it very deep?
Oh, yes. Does it hurt?
Can you see my Adam's apple?
Oh, Cecil, you're so brave. You can joke in the face of danger.
There's no danger. It's all over.
Oh, no, it isn't. Why, you're liable to get headaches from this bump. You're even liable to get simple-minded.
I'm already simple-minded. This was the first time I ever wanted to be a cat.
What'd you want to be a cat for, Cecil?
So I could have landed on my feet. Ouch, Sally. What are you doing?
I'm just seeing if it hurts.
Well, it does. I wrenched my shoulder, too.
How'd you do that, Cecil?
How do you think I did it? In the bathtub?
Well, I don't know, Cecil. I wasn't there.
Well, I wrenched it when I fell.
Oh, Cecil, that was serious. Why, just think, you might have hurt yourself.
I might have. Do you think this is a bedtime story I'm telling you?
I mean, you might have killed yourself. You might have broken your neck.
Oh, I think my neck's all right.
But you might have broken it.
I didn't fall on my neck.
Where did you hit, Cecil?
At the bottom of the steps.
Oh, you poor Cecil. I'm so sorry for you.
Well, if you're sorry for me, stop pushing on that bump.
Let me see your eye, Cecil. Close it.
I think it's going to close by itself in a little while.
Cecil, come on with me. We've got to dress that eye.
Dress it? What do you mean, dress it?
Come on now. You just leave it to me. I know what to do. I read a story about a nurse once.
I feel like I've been pushed through a meat grinder.
You look sort of that way, too. What are you limping for?
Now I ask you, what does a person usually limp for?
Oh, I know. You hurt your leg, didn't you?
Yes. Did I mention that I fell down the stairs?
Oh, Cecil, you're so funny.
Well, I don't feel that way. Where are we going?
In the kitchen.
Got a medicine chest in the kitchen?
I know what I'm doing.
That's good, 'cause I don't. Oh, my head.
All right, now, here we are.
What are you going to do? What are you looking in the icebox for?
I'm looking for some beefsteak.
Oh, nice. How did you know I didn't stop to eat dinner?
Well, this is going to be for your eye.
Hey, what is this, a joke?
Oh, no, Cecil, that's what we have to do. Put some beefsteak on your eye.
What for? What good does it do?
Oh, it'll stop hurting and take the swelling out and... Well, let's see now. Where is that?
Do I have to walk around with a hunk of meat over my eye?
If you want to keep it from closing. Now, where did that crazy cook put that steak? I know it's here someplace.
Maybe the mice swiped it.
Oh, it must be in the other side of the icebox. Oh, goodness.
Where did you ever hear about doing this?
Oh, I read it someplace. We'll see if it works. Ah, here it is. Goodness, now.
What's wrong now? Did the beefsteak turn out to be lamb chops?
No, it's beef, all right. Now, let me see. Let's see now.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm just trying to remember something.
About what?
Well, I've forgotten whether it has to be raw or cooked.
Well, you're the doctor. I don't know.
I'm the nurse. Now, let's see.
Well, that's cooked, what you have there.
Yes, I know it. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't make any difference.
Now what do I do? Hold that over my eye and see what happens?
Yes, this will do the trick. Now, put it on your eye.
Do you mind wiping the gravy off?
There, now, that's good. Now, press it against your eye.
Ooh, ouch. Gee, it's cold.
It feels better, though, doesn't it?
I don't notice any difference. How long do I keep it here?
Well, now, let's see. I didn't read that part of the story.
It smells good.
That'll keep it from swelling.
Oh, this is tiresome. Can I take it down now?
Oh, I know. I'll get a towel and wrap it around your head and tie it up.
Oh, no, it's too much trouble. I'd rather let her get black.
No, now you wait while I get a towel.
Oh, I don't want to. It's too much trouble. I'm going to take it off.
No, now you wait a minute, Cecil. I'm going in here and get a dish towel. Goodness, there ought to be some in this drawer someplace if I can ever find them. We'll go upstairs and get some iodine and paint it.
Oh, you're going to paint me some nice brown eyes with iodine, huh?
Yes, now here's the towel. Now I can fix it up right. Here, I'll have to fold it up so it'll fit your head, though. All right, Cecil, turn around. Cecil, what'd you do with the beef?
I took it off. I didn't want it.
Now, you put it right back. Do you hear me? I'm going to fix you up right.
Ah, what are you beefing about?
The beef. Put it back on your eye.
I can't.
Where is it?
I ate it.
Oh, you did not.
I did, too.
Oh, Cecil, why'd you do that? That was all I had. Now, what'll we do? Cecil, do you think that I could write a book?
What makes you want to write a book?
Well, I think of so many clever things, I ought to put them in a book.
Oh, I've never heard you say anything so wonderful.
Oh, goodness. sometimes I say such clever things that it even surprises me. I think someone else said them.
Old Queen Solomon herself.
Have you ever heard this? Just a little cannibal trying to get ahead. Have you?
Oh, just a little cannibal trying to get ahead. Well, you didn't make that up. I heard that thousands of years ago.
No, I know I didn't make that up. I made up one better.
Oh, you admit it's better.
Sure, I made it up out of my own head.
I could say something about that, but I won't.
It's awfully funny.
What is it?
Well, I'm saving it for my book. You won't tell anybody?
What is it?
Well, it's this. He's just a little longshoreman trying to get along. Oh, goodness, isn't that funny, Cecil?
Oh, my gosh. Just a longshoreman trying to get along. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, whoa, golly.
You're just jealous, that's all. I know.
Just a longshoreman trying to get along. Help, help. Oh.
Well, I could use that in the book someplace. I thought up another funny one the other day. It's even better than that one.
All right, I'll bite. What is it?
I can't tell you.
Tell me, I want to know.
Well, that's just the trouble. So do I. You see, I've forgotten it. I can't remember what it was. It makes me so mad.
You ought to write 'em down.
There's only one thing, Cecil, about the first funny saying.
Yeah, and that is that it's punk.
No, it isn't either. It's this. I don't know what a longshoreman is.
You don't know what one is?
I found it in a dictionary, but you can find lots of things in a dictionary.
Yeah, did you try looking for some brains in there?
I have plenty, thank you. You're just trying to kill my hopes.
If you wrote a book, someone would kill you.
Well, I've been reading a lot lately about people that write books, and they all say the same thing.
Yeah, go west, young man, go west and drown yourself in the ocean.
They all say the same thing. I've read their lives, and you know what they say?
Well, they say something, I know. You just said so.
They all say that they started to write books because they were restless. They couldn't stay still.
Well, what's that got to do with you?
Well, I feel the same way.
Maybe you sat down on an ant bed.
I just know I can write a book.
Well, go ahead. Don't let me stop you.
I could write a love story.
Yeah, you've had so much experience.
Well, you don't have to have. Do you think that a person has to die to be able to write about it?
Well, a person with a toothache could describe it a lot better than a person that never did have one.
Well, that's something that is... you're just trying to confuse me.
So you're either going to write a funny book or your love life.
I didn't say that. I would write a beautiful romance.
Would you make me the hero?
I've never heard of anyone named Cecil being a hero.
You know me, don't you?
As the hero in a book?
Well, it's not my fault I had this name hung on me.
I would call my hero, Percy. I like the name Percy.
You can have it. I'll take Cecil.
Oh, what a book I would write, Cecil. Would you help me write it?
Yes. I'll put in the periods.
Oh, it wouldn't be a period book, Cecil. It would be about people like us.
Ian is Ewan and Ian.
What'd you say, Cecil?
Oh, nothing. Rave on. This is better than a show.
Oh, are we going to a movie, Cecil?
I'm a stranger. What were you saying?
Well, I was telling you about my book, my love story.
Oh, yes. She loved him so. Or Nellie's Secret. Go on.
I'd have a plot.
Yeah, that would be new.
You know what a plot is, don't you?
Where they bury people. Tell me more.
Oh, Cecil, it is not.
Well, it'll be the death of your book.
Well, I'd have the hero be tender and sweet and tall and handsome and strong. He wouldn't be anything like you are.
I'm dying of grief.
That was a dirty dig. Oh, Cecil, I can just see him. So sweet and tender.
Don't have him too tender. He'll bruise.
Are you making fun of me, Cecil?
Who, me? Why, of course not. I think it's great. I haven't had so much fun since my great-great-grandmother tripped down the back steps. Go on.
You can say what you want to. You know, he who laughs last, laughs last, laughs he who... Well, you know.
Just a longshoreman trying to get along. Oh, kiss me, Mother, darling. I'm to be Queen of the May.
Oh, you make me tired sometimes.
Oh, Sally, you're funny.
Thanks. I knew you'd admit it.
Pardon my wool socks.
Did I ever show you any of my poetry?
No, I think you were going to, but I outstalled you.
Well, if I can remember one, I'll tell it to you now.
Oh, that's all right. Don't bother.
I wrote one about a bubble. Do you want to hear it?
No.
Very well, I'll tell it to you. It starts like this. Dainty, graceful bubble, floating in the air.
Hooray, that's great, that's fine. Hooray! Give us another one.
Cecil, that wasn't all. Don't be impossible.
No, I'll let you be that. Go on.
Floating here, floating there, just a bubble. What does it mean?
I don't know, you wrote it.
Well, Cecil, that's part of the poem. What does it mean? Soon you will break, gone, no more. Just a little bubble floating in the air.
Is that all?
Yes. Doesn't it stir you?
You've no idea, but it doesn't rhyme.
It's not supposed to.
Then it's not poetry.
Oh, it is, too. It's free verse.
What do you mean, free?
I mean that it's free verse.
Free for all?
It isn't supposed to rhyme. Don't you know anything, Cecil?
I know what a longshoreman is. That's more than you do.
Well, I'm sorry I even told you about it.
That's all right. I don't know any more than I did at first, anyhow.
Don't you know that free verse is the most beautiful kind?
Well, I like it better when it rhymes. Oh, heck, I could write that.
Well, you just think you could. You have to have a sort of feeling. It's something, a sort of word picture.
Hey, listen. How's this for free verse? Oh, little toad, hopping in the road. No, that's out. That rhymes, toad and road. Oh, little toad, hopping on the street. Hop, hop, pip, pip, a truck. Moving faster, a little faster. There, here, gone. Also the toad. Now, see? That's pretty hot.
Oh, you're so smart. You know what you are, Cecil?
Yeah, I just found out. I'm a poet.
You're the kind of a person that discourages people from doing big things. You can't help. You have to make fun.
Oh, now you're mad, huh?
I've composed lots of poetry, and it was all good. Uncle Thomas says so. There's only one bad poem that I wrote, and that was about you, so there.
Did you ever write a poem about me, Sally? What was it?
Yes, I did, a couple of months ago, and I'm sorry.
Tell me, what was it?
It's no good, I know it.
Tell me, what was it?
Well, it was this. Cecil, outside the skies are blue. I sit in my window and think of you. It's something that I often do, and wonder if you do this, too. There, now, it's no good.
Hey, Sally, that's good. Oh, that's hot. I wouldn't fool you. Why, I want to write that down. Why, you ought to write a book sometime, Sally. I'll bet you could. Why, say that again. I want to remember it. That's a hot piece of poetry now.